Former Olympic swimmer Sharron Davies has once again made her opinions clear as a bell when it comes to trans issues after saying that mediocre trans athletes are stealing medals from women. And these comments come following a report from the Policy Exchange which said that fairness and safety of grassroots sport was being compromised by allowing transgender people, biological men mostly, to compete. Well, joining me now to discuss this is transgender teacher and journalist Debbie Hayton. Debbie, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. So Sharron Davies is speaking common sense, some might say, based upon facts. But of course, some people will say she's being transphobic. What's your take?
Well, first of all, I think we should just make the point that Sharron Davies is absolutely right, as is Daley Thompson, as is Martina Navratilova. There are separate categories for women to ensure fairness in sport. And we don't operate those classes on the basis of feelings, we base them on the basis of facts. And in sport, biology is a fact. So this is the truth that we've got to work with. I don't think Sharron Davies is being at all transphobic. What trans people need to be looking at, I think, is not seeking places in other people's competitions, but looking for fairness in our own and looking for inclusion in our own. So, for example, if I was doing a park run, I would put an M down on the form. It doesn't take away anything from my performance whatsoever. That. At all. In other situations, if I was playing competitive sport, for example, I might not want to change with men. So I'm perhaps be looking for a special dispensation there. But this is different. This is what trans rights is all about. Trans rights should not be about taking rights from other people.
It's so refreshing to hear that opinion. You know, thank you so much, Debbie, for saying that. And let's look at some of those facts. As you said, we should be placed before feelings. The female winner of the London Marathon would be beaten by the man who came 231st. And here's another one for you. In county athletics, the winning man from the slowest county running at 1,500 metres would beat the winning women in 27 out of 33 counties. We must admit, on the basis of that evidence, Debbie, that biological men simply have an advantage, and therefore, Sharron Davies is right. This is unfair.
Yes, and everybody knows that biological men have got an advantage over biological women. We know these things, and we've always known them. But what's being said is that people can identify into a category that's not theirs. Also in sport, they keep different categories for age groups. So if I suddenly decided to identify as 85, nobody's going to stop me doing that. But on the other hand, I shouldn't be able to identify into a category for the over 85s and probably win it. And this is what's been happening with women's sport.
And do you think, let's be optimistic here, Debbie, for a new year ahead, do you think this kind of common sense opinion that you're eschewing here will start to take hold? We've seen Lord Coe in the Olympics saying enough is enough. Do you think that the pushback will begin in earnest in 2024?
Well, I think the pushback has already begun. Last year we had groups such as World Athletics, we had Swim England, we had the International Cricket Council coming down with common sense policies. Other sporting bodies are a bit slower to take heed to this, but the position is indefensible. To say that you can identify into the sex category which you wish just makes those sex categories totally meaningless.
Superb. Transgender teacher and journalist Debbie Hayton. Refreshing, common sense. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great festive period and a happy new year. It's brilliant. Cheers.